Today on Golf360, we recap the incredible golfers in the inaugural Chicago Adaptive Open. Bryson DeChambeau is now a two-time U.S. Open champion and has also had a ton of success here in the land of Lincoln. Michigan's BOYNE Golf continues to make news with numerous events and improvements throughout their resorts. Beverly's Director of Instruction, Billy FITZGERALD, is back again with some stroke-saving tips. Plus, we check out a few great new shoe offerings that are functional and comfortable.
Hello, I'm Katie McNeil, and welcome to Golf360 from the Cog Hill Golf and Country Club, home to 4 championship courses, including the newly renovated Dubsdread. Recently, their number 3 course hosted the first ever Chicago Adaptive Open. The tournament brought together nearly 50 players who proved that you can overcome many obstacles to play this great game.
This event brought together some amazing players from all over the country. The tournament began with a practice round followed by 36 holes of stroke play competition in 16 different flights. Our Bob Lanigan helps tell the story of these inspirational men and women.
I guess it all starts back last fall when we partnered with the USAGA here in Jonathan Snyder's group. And, at that point, he made us aware of how competition is also a form of therapy for these athletes. And the reason I say athletes, a lot of them were former basketball players, football players, that something tragic occurred and now it changed and altered their life forever. And some of them had been playing golf or discovered golf as a result of this, incident. You may think, oh, the end of the world, but it also opened up a world of opportunities. And Jonathan made me aware of the fact that there is a therapy side to the equation when we think about competition, because even though we may have had something tragic happen, the desire to compete never goes away.
Golf is a game that teaches us a lot more than just how to hit the ball long and straight. And a lot of the things I learned playing golf helped me to overcome this problem that I had to deal with. So there's a lot of hidden values here. There's a lot of social interaction, which in a lot of cases with people with disabilities is missing. And you get out here and everybody's equal.
You know that golf can be a hard sport at times for us mere mortals, but watching these athletes take on the game is truly captivating.
I've been doing the disabled golf tournaments for about 3-4 years now. It's come a long way. They've gotten a lot more organized. The states, organizations, they've gotten involved, and it's just brought another level to all these events. It's a great time. Anyone who's disabled, whether it be an arm or a leg, no matter what it is, just get out there, get off your couch, get on the golf course, come have some fun with us.
10 years ago, I started having trouble with my leg, and I had more limb salvage surgeries. And I came to the conclusion that my leg was an obstacle and a prosthesis might be an opportunity for me. And it has proven to be so, because I'm back golfing, which I started doing in Rockford when I was 10.
Wake Mullins of Lexington, Kentucky, who has an intellectual disability, finished his round off with a nice putt here to win his division.
Well, this is the first year that we've taken on adaptive golf, and we've been to Florida, Georgia, Indianapolis, out to Arizona. So we're getting our feet wet into this game, and he's really starting to thrive with it. And it's very competitive, but we've met some awesome people. The groups are incredible, and the golf courses are awesome.
Jonathan Snyder of the U.S. Adaptive Golf Alliance spearheaded this event and also participated, finishing second in his division.
There's no real secret to it except this practice. Practice your craft and swing your swing, right? I think Arnold Palmer put it best when he said that, swing your swing.
Ryan Jackson, a graduate of Eastern Illinois, was the leader after round 1, shooting an even par 72. She is a determined player that participated in the neurological and coordination flight.
First, I didn't think that I was the most inspirational person out here, but I've definitely had a few people reach out and just say that I remind them of themselves at a younger age, or just asking how they can get involved. And so seeing the game kind of slowly grow, even in the past 2.5 years that I've been a part of it, is really inspiring.
The overall winner was Jarrett Foltz, who was diagnosed with cerebral palsy at birth, shot a 100 par in the final round, and was the only player in the field to have a red number. Fultz was totally caught off guard when the CDGA officials told him that he had won the tournament.
I told myself, stay patient, and pressure is a privilege. Go have fun. This is why we do this, right? Is to have a chance to win, to feel the nerves, just try to embrace it and go have fun, man.
Those athletes are truly amazing, proving that they have quite the ability and not a disability. We are already looking forward to this inspiring tournament next year. Up next, we take a look back at Bryson DeChambeau's rise through a few events in Illinois that may have just groomed him for his second U.S. Open win. Stay tuned.
Timothy O'Toole's is Chicago's favorite sports bar since 1992. Be sure to check out timothyo'tooles.com and visit one of their 4 convenient Chicagoland locations.
On the Corn Ferry Tour, opportunity awaits.
We about to change the game. We out here taking names.
Victory for Wyndham Clark, a winner on the PGA Tour.
This is where champions are made and futures are earned. The Corn Ferry Tour is returning to Glenview for the NV5 Invitational, presented by Old National Bank. Come watch the PGA Tour's next stars, July 25th to 28th at the Glen Club.
What would your ultimate golf experience be like? Just you and a friend? Or would you round up some buddies for a foursome? Just one day? Or an entire week? There's a good chance your ultimate golf experience could be Michigan's magnificent 10. 10 incredible courses set among 3 remarkable resorts. See for yourself. Book your ultimate golf experience today.
The grip is one of the most critical things that we need to get right in order to be successful at the game of golf. To understand grip a little bit better, let's go to impact and see how it affects the way we swing. Now, I've heard a lot of people say that palms facing is neutral. And so we're going to use that as an example. If I put my hands on the club neutral, palms facing, and I set up to the ball, and I go to impact, which is a little body rotation, and this weight of this club is going to pull on my arm. Okay, so you can see that the face is wide open. So what needs to happen with the grip is that this left hand needs to be in a position where it automatically squares the face and it stabilizes the face. This right hand needs to mimic the face so it can control trajectory and curve of the ball. So both need to be in the fingers so my wrists can work and provide maximum speed to the face of the club. So my left hand needs to go on the club just how it hangs in my shoulder socket. So just how it hangs, it's in the fingers, and then that goes on top, which will automatically square the face. My right hand goes right on the side so it mimics the face, and my palm or my lifeline goes right in the thumb. It fits right in that pad. So now when I go to impact, little rotation, club pulls on my arm, the face is square, I've got a stable hit, and my right arm supplies compression. For more tips like this, go to BillyFitzGeraldGolf.com.
Welcome back. New U.S. Open champion Bryson DeChambeau has always stood out compared to many other players. A physics major at SMU, this so-called mad scientist now has 2 United States Open titles and also had plenty of success right here in Illinois.
In 2015, the United States Amateur was held at the Southside Mecca of Olympia Fields, where DeChambeau was considered the favorite to win the prestigious tournament.
I've heard it said your approach is a little different than other golfers.
Yes, definitely, yeah. In what way? You know, there's many ways that I do it differently. With the sing-length clubs, the Hogan hat, and being a physics major, it's kind of unique, but it works for me.
Is there a technical approach to the game, or is it art over science?
It is. It's a balance of both. It's an art and a science. I try and combine both of them equally, and if you can do that, you can maximize both sides.
With a slew of dramatic shots and steady play, the 21-year-old went on to capture his first ever USGA event. More Illinois magic came about in Silvis, Illinois, just a couple of years later in 2017. DeChambeau came charging from behind, shooting 6 under in the final round, punctuated by a birdie on the 18th hole. The one-stroke victory marked win number 1 on the PGA Tour.
people have been questioning me, oh, you can't do it, this isn't the right way to do it. And for me to actually push through and believe in what I truly do and execute and come down to the stretch and make the putt on the last hole was something else.
Moving ahead to the 2023 Live Chicago event at Rich Harvest Farms, Bryson was at it again. Some unbelievable putting on Sunday led to a blistering score of 28 on the back nine, which gave him a one-stroke victory. In 2021, DeChambeau was considered one of the heroes of the Ryder Cup up in Wisconsin. Despite all of his stellar play, it was surprising Ryder Cup captain Zach Johnson didn't even call to discuss with him about being added to the upcoming event in Rome.
It would have been nice to at least just have a call. There's numerous people that I think Zach should have called out here, and we didn't get that. And I understand, I get it, but you know, we're nothing different. We're still competing. We're still working super hard to be the best we possibly can be. It definitely does sting a little bit, but you know, you say what you want. We're still golfers, and I personally think that given the way I played this week, I could have definitely racked up some points for Team USA.
Last month's U.S. Open may have been his most epic victory to date, with a bunker shot on the 18th hole that will be remembered for years to come.
Right below the hole goes DeChambeau, and he's pumped up.
DeChambeau's win was also a historic one, as it was the 1,000th tournament put on by the USGA.
I wanted to get this one done, especially at such a special place that means so much to me and SMU and my dad, what pain meant to him. 1000th USGA championship. I mean, just stack them on top.
Bryson now has 2 majors to his credit and 3 significant championship titles here in the land of Lincoln.
And if you want to see DeChambeau play along with his booming drives, head to the Live Chicago event coming in September to the Bolingbrook Golf Club. Up next, we check out some cool new threads with Chicago's very own Johnny O, and head to the beautiful skies of northern Michigan to see the latest at Boyne Golf. Stay with us.
In the peaceful rolling hills of Channahon, Illinois, you will find a majestic layout that will please any golfer. Heritage Bluffs Public Golf Club is a true test of the game in an unspoiled setting showcasing natural landforms rarely experienced in Illinois. Architect Dick Nugent masterfully laid out one of the area's best courses, featuring open prairie-style golf to challenging tree-lined holes. Come see why Heritage Bluffs is one of Chicagoland's highest-rated courses today.
Learning about the CDGA it was allowing me to be able to track how good of a golfer I was becoming. The game of golf itself has 0 boundaries. I think the CDGA gives you a global perspective on the game of golf, but it's also allowed me to be able to connect with people and play golf against anybody. We are better through golf.
Love your clothing, love your style, love just the whole appeal of it all. You know, it's just got a relaxed feel. How long have you been doing this now?
This in 05. It's about my 16th PGA show, and we're glad to be back. And I'm, you know, I do a lot of these interviews, but it's great to have a Chicago-based operation.
Thank you.
To touch base with my roots.
Yes.
I grew up in Winnetka, so it's kind of Chicago.
So you ever get back and play any golf in Chicago?
Get back all the time.
No.
I got my best friends there. I got sisters and brother there, so I get back a ton.
What inspired you to come up with this whole Johnny O feel?
People have heard the story before, but it was just a random idea. I was never a clothing guy. It's more, I grew up in the blue blazers and the khaki pants, and I went to LA, and I was like, we're in these 2 different worlds. Why can't we kind of get something together on the apparel front? So I thought, why isn't there kind of a Polo Ralph Lauren version, Southern California? What would that look like? And I stumbled into this thing, and here we are 18 years later.
And your brother's a little bit famous, kind of well-known actor. Oh, there's another brother?
Yeah.
Oh, Bill.
Brother Chris.
Chris, yeah, I don't know.
Chris is great. He's
involved in the company, though?
He's an investor.
I know he's a golfer.
He's a great golfer.
Yeah.
And he gave me a little money up front with some of our friends and family to get the company started. And he's a big supporter, as is my brother Bill, his wonderful company, Blue Ash Farm. I got to plug that.
Nice, nice.
So it's all good.
Yeah, it's all good. Patrick Manley, who played for the Bears, is also part of our show, and he loves the Johnny O stuff. And he pulls it off. Yeah, that's right. And he's a big boy.
That might be one of the greatest jobs. I think long snapper and backup center in the NBA. Don't you think?
Yes, totally.
Well, give Patrick my best.
So what's new for Johnny O this year? What's exciting?
We've been in footwear, but we're really expanding our footwear, and I love footwear. And it's just gotten so much better. We've got so many different categories in footwear. We keep extending our sport coat business, which is really cool. These unstructured blazers that I love to wear. We got all the regular golf stuff, the polos, the performance polos. We got a great fan of them. We got all the, it's become much more than just a golf brand. And, you can dress from head to toe now, literally, as cheesy as that sounds. Just puts off a pretty good buzz, a good vibe, and we've been real fortunate. I've surrounded myself with really good people, a hell of a lot smarter than me. And that's the key. Good people, good product, and, story.
Well, we wish you all the best. Great success.
Thanks for...
and Chicago loves you.
Yeah, man.
Johnny O also now has a full line of smart-looking women's clothing that includes a variety of polos, dresses, and pullovers. It's likely that you have heard about BOYNE Golf, but if for some reason you have yet to make it out to this all-encompassing golf resort, well, now's the time.
There are so many holes at BOYNE that you will be hard-pressed to play all of them during your visit. There are 10 scenic golf courses. Yes, 10. They are diverse with an unparalleled variety for any level of player to enjoy.
The topography that we have up here, like even at Bay Harbor, it's 3 nines, but those are 3 different nines. You got the Links, which is the Pebble Beach, then you got the quarry, which is a 100-year-old plus quarry, rock quarry, cement quarry, and then you go into the preserve and it's just hardwoods. And so you just played 3 nines on the same property and you just felt like you went to 3 different facilities.
What I'm so happy about is these resorts is that each golf course is different than the other ones. They're not on the same land, they're totally different, so it's really fun to be able to move around and play different ones.
BOYNE also just happens to be the largest family-owned golf resort destination in America. In fact, their president, Stephen Kircher, was just elected to the Michigan Golf Hall of Fame. A big reason why is that BOYNE Golf does not rest on their laurels. A new 9-hole par 3 layout, Dune Bray, built with numerous Scottish Links accents, will be opening soon right next to the Highlands Main Lodge.
We see that being a great way to finish off a day, whether it's the guys groups or families and kids. It's going to really hit a niche that we've had, but this is really going to take it to the next level.
A Himalayan putting course will also be added along the traditions of the famous one at St. Andrews in Scotland. Right across the street is the Heather, likely the most respected course on property that climaxes with a spectacular 18th hole over water. The traditional Robert Trent Jones Sr. layout recently hosted the 113th Michigan State Amateur, and it was the 5th time in doing so.
The Heather here, was 2019 National Golf Course of the Year, so very proud of that. This was our original right behind us here, so it's just one that we talk about all the time. We measure our other golf courses against it. And as we look ahead, to potential other things that we might do, we always come back and take a look at the Heather.
The Heather will also be an upcoming home for the Epson Tour's new event coming to Michigan in 2025. Here at BOYNE, they're always striving to make things better and better with conditions that rival private clubs.
I mean, we have standards that these guys have to meet on a weekly basis, and if they're not within those standards, they need to be telling somebody why. We don't feel that you should have a totally different golf experience because you're playing a different course. You came up to BOYNE Golf. You should be able to drive from BOYNE Highlands to down here to play one of the Bay Harbor courses, and it shouldn't be like a totally different experience.
On top of the terrific golf, over 3 distinctive resorts, there's so much more to see and do for everyone. It's simply a destination that checks all of the boxes.
Well, what are you waiting for? There are still openings to stay and play at BOYNE's magnificent 10 courses this year. Plus, you can even reserve golf packages for 2025. Coming up next, we check out a few new golf shoe options which look good on and off the course. We'll be back in a flash.
Timothy O'Toole's is Chicago's favorite sports bar since 1992. Be sure to check out timothyo'tooles.com and visit one of their 4 convenient Chicagoland locations. In the peaceful rolling hills of Channahon, Illinois, you will find a majestic layout that will please any golfer. Heritage Bluffs Public Golf Club is a true test of the game in an unspoiled setting showcasing natural landforms rarely experienced in Illinois. Architect Dick Nugent masterfully laid out one of the area's best courses featuring open prairie-style golf to challenging tree-lined holes. Come see why Heritage Bluffs is one of Chicagoland's highest-rated courses today.
Clear your hips, push off your right side, lock your right leg and hip in the backswing. These are just some of the tips that, in my opinion, are hurting you more than helping you. The reason is your right hip or right leg needs to move back and up and out of the way so the club can work back and down in front of you. And on the way down, this thigh, once it moves back and up, works down and in. I feel like I'm squishing a bug on the inside part of my right heel. That allows the club to come down. I can get the momentum of the face going at the ball, and I can hit better, straighter shots. For more tips like this, visit me at BillyFitzGeraldGolf.com.
Welcome back to Golf360, brought to you by Timothy O'Toole's Pub Group. You know golf shoes have modernized in the last few years. There's plenty of technological breakthroughs along with stylish footwear that one can wear on and off the course. Here's our Phyllis Barone with more.
So you're going to tell us a little bit about what's happening at Puma and the new shoes for 2024.
Yeah, so this is our brand new big story of the year. It's Phantom Cat Nitro. Essentially what we did was we challenged our design team as we were making this shoe to create a new tour shoe. We started to look outside of golf, some other sports that are cleated on soft ground. And all of those sports, American football, soccer, baseball, have gone to a molded bottom. Said, well, why is golf behind? Talking with some of our suppliers, there's actually a very, very just small percentage of population that actually does replace their cleats. So we thought, why don't we just mold the cleats directly into the bottom? With that process, you're able to do 2 things. You're removing components, which lightens the shoe. You're also able to add more foam underneath your foot, which adds comfort. And the last thing our design team did was really kind of toss out what your traditional cleat kind of looks like, your general circle shape. They fused them together, almost creating kind of a dual head in this, and this is our new Flex Spike technology. What Flex Spike is, it's molded directly into the bottom like I was saying, but it creates more surface area per spike than your traditional spike system, which gives you more traction. So the 3 things that our Flex Spike does: lightens the shoe, gives you more comfort, and gives you better traction.
We're here at the 2024 PGA show, and we decided to stop in on Demo Day, which is held every Tuesday before the show. And we had to check out Under Armour.
And it's brand new, everything from scratch. So what they've got is they've got 2 different types of foams that they've put in. And if you imagine your foot moves in 3 directions, obviously it can move left and right, forwards and backwards, and up and down. Trying to harness all of those in a shoe is quite difficult, because you can get something that's exceptionally stable, but having something that's got a lot of stability and mobility built into a shoe is very difficult. But what they've managed to do is that, with the way that they've constructed it, is that you've got a band that's running across the shoe here, so that's pulling your forefoot into the ground. You're providing your stability through the ball of the foot, but it's also locking the heel in, so you don't want the heel to be able to move about.
Tell us a little bit about the company and what you guys do to enjoy the walk.
Yeah, well, I mean, our mission was pretty simple. My brother was a PGA Tour player. I was caddying for him at the time, and he was kind of fed up with all the footwear options that he had available. So even though he could have been paid to wear them, he decided to do the opposite and actually fund a startup shoe company trying to make better golf shoes.
So tell us about the shoes a little bit.
Yeah, well, our concept's pretty simple. We really do want you to enjoy the walk, and we make performance golf gear that's worn heavily actually on the PGA Tour. But really our biggest performance benefit is that comfort. You kind of forget you're even wearing golf shoes.
Right.
Last thing we need is, in a game as challenging as golf, is another distraction. This is actually one of our new styles here. It's called our Lux 2. Our Lux is like our premium performance line built for our tour players. But what's exciting is this is the first new iteration of that family of product in about 5 years, because it took about 5 years to make. It was a labor of love, but we tested a lot of things because we wanted to add our first ever replaceable soft spikes to the bottom of a shoe. Everything else before that had been a versatile rubber tread pattern. Now we have a soft spike receptacle. So taking that level of traction and performance even to all new heights was quite a bit of R&D. So the good thing is that means we get to test them all on the golf course. We finally found something we're really proud of, and I literally think this might be the nicest golf shoe ever made.
All of these brands preach performance and comfort. Plus, Puma and True Links also have a number of options for women. We want to thank our host, Cog Hill Golf and Country Club, home to the refreshed Dubsdread, one of America's top 100 public courses. The improvements are many, with new turf and new white sand, along with the Billy Bunker system. Please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and linksvideo.net. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you on the golf course.
It's more than just a handicap.
We have an array of playing opportunities for both the serious competitive golfer and those who are of different skill levels, genders, and ages through our social competition series. So we've got a lot of playing opportunities.
I think CDGA's investment in all aspects of the game have made us a closer community when we are reminded that this wonderful game builds community. And CDGA does that great.
On the Corn Ferry Tour, opportunity awaits.
We about to change the game. We out here taking names.
Victory for Wyndham Clark, a winner on the PGA Tour.
This is where champions are made and futures are earned. The Corn Ferry Tour is returning to Glenview for the NV5 Invitational, presented by Old National Bank. Come watch the PGA Tour's next stars, July 25th to 28th at the Glen Club.
What would your ultimate golf experience be like? Just you and a friend? Or would you round up some buddies for a foursome? Just one day? Or an entire week? There's a good chance your ultimate golf experience could be Michigan's magnificent 10. 10 incredible courses set among 3 remarkable resorts. See for yourself. Book your ultimate golf experience today.